Going live. You're live! Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be playing Clair Obscur Expedition 33 on PC on the 1650, 3060 and 4060. How are you guys doing? Welcome. First of all, thanks to Kepler Interactive for providing a preview for the demo for PC of Expedition 33. So this is not a public demo, at least not right now, not that I know of. I don't know if there will be a demo for everyone, but it's the first time that I get access to a game 2 months before release, which is interesting. The game is releasing in 7 weeks. So yeah, I mean, my first time doing something like this, so take this as a preview. Again, the game is still in development. But it's weird that they didn't tell me, oh, you cannot show FPS numbers. They were like, yeah, sure, do whatever you want. So here I am, streaming it live. So let's check the requirements as usual, and we'll see what happens. So the requirements are a pretty chunky CPU. At least, yeah, it's not the same as the 1600X, whatever. 8GB of RAM, fine. NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660 6 gigs, so 6 gigs appears to be the minimum. We'll see how 4 gigabytes of VRAM fares. SSD required, minimum specs allow for 1080p 30, low settings gameplay. So, as usual, the recommended is 3070, SSD required. This is for 1080p 60 on high settings. So I've been playing this game yesterday, just to see what to expect, and low settings actually affects the resolution scale. So low settings is 50% resolution. So my expectation is that they're saying this is 1080p 30 with performance upscaling. So 50% resolution. So yeah, that means that it's pretty demanding. That's what I gotta say before launching the game. So we'll see, we're below the minimum requirements with a 1650. So yeah. Let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. Thanks, Ron. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, and thanks to you guys for watching all this content that I try to make as best as possible. Otherwise, if you guys didn't pay attention to my content, they wouldn't tell me, yeah, sure, here it is. Play it early. It is a demo. But the demo is not available right now for everyone. It's only for that. They say the game is still in development, will have ongoing optimization. So again, we're 2 months away from the game releasing, so I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, I guess. 4K 120 on 1650, exactly. Let me disable the music just to be safe. Apologies. The music is a banger, but I need to be safe. So, settings. We have subtitle size, all that, gameplay, tutorials, character customization in cutscenes. You can enable it or disable it. Interesting. So your custom character, that like the meme, can happen or not. Camera shake. I don't like camera shake. It makes me sick. So I disable it. Then when it comes to graphics, this is, yeah, French Persona or French Final Fantasy. And by itself, the game already says, okay, low settings, 50% resolution. So this is what I was talking about when it comes to the requirements. They say, oh yeah, on a 1660 on low settings, you can get 1080p 30. Well, technically, low settings is 50% resolution with everything on low. So take that as an important detail. Low, medium, high. High is 85% resolution and Epic is 100%. But first things first, the game doesn't have a resolution option, at least in this build. It only has borderless full screen, so it'll take into consideration your desktop resolution. So technically with this, we are at 540p. No p-syncs, thank you very much. Then you can enable, disable motion blur, and it has all the classic UE5 options. So let's start on low, because we're below the minimum requirements. So 1080p, 50% TSR. Also, by the way, no FSR, no DLSS, only TSR, unfortunately. So yeah, no resolution option. Yeah, it uses the resolution of your screen basically on your desktop. So I find that pretty weird, a pretty weird omission. Then accessibility. This game has QuickTime events. When you're attacking, you can disable that, have them automatically, but for dodging and parrying, you cannot automatically make them happen. So keep that in mind. You need to dodge and parry. And you can rewind your keys. But again, we're 2 months before release. I'm pretty sure they can put a resolution option, FSR and DLSS. That shouldn't be a huge effort. That's my guess. So UE5, new game. Let's play like that, yeah, with tutorials. And we start the game. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to use a controller. But you'll see everything about those QuickTime events and stuff. I'll show you. But you can turn them off, luckily. Thanks, Master Predator. I appreciate that. Yeah, UE5 without upscalers is not happening. By the way, I'm skipping all the cutscenes because no spoilers, obviously. Yeah, the name is weird. I wish the name was better. I think if they just called it Expedition 33, it would have been good. Okay, so they went, I think, a bit overkill with saying, oh, you need 50% resolution. So let's increase the internal resolution. At the end of the day, this is still quote-unquote... Let's put it on medium. Let's see what happens. So medium, the medium preset gives you 75% resolution. Oh, and it looks so much better. Okay. So, yeah, my biggest issue with the game right now is that it's forcing TSR on you. And also, I disabled motion blur, but there's still motion blur, very aggressive one. So my guess is that they forgot to anti-motion blur from post-process. So let's put post-process on low to remove motion blur. Yeah, there it goes. Didn't they say not to show FPS numbers? No, they didn't say anything. They just told me, hey, have fun. Okay. Expedition status. Okay, chroma elixir. Oh, I had no health. Okay. Yeah, there's hope. Actually, it's running better than I expected on the 1650. I was expecting textures not loading or something. Let's see once we get into combat, because when I saw the trailer of this game, there were FPS drops when there was effects on screen. You could see them in the trailer. So that had me concerned. Okay. So this is what I was saying, that it feels like Persona, French Persona. Because you have this that is just like Persona, this menu. But the difference is that it's turn-based, but when you get attacked, you can parry and dodge in real time. So let's aim for the weak spot. There we go. And now I'm going to do Lumiere Assault. But again, I think this game just tries to be flashy, which I appreciate. And the quick time events that you see here, these are optional. You can make them automatic. What you cannot make automatic is the pairing system. Oops, I haven't timed it correctly. Yeah, it's turn-based with real-time elements. The real-time element is pairing and dodging. But if you don't like the quick time events for attacking, you can turn that off. Go, parry, let's see if I can time it. There we go. Frick you, sir. It's like your turn and then his turn. Yeah, but you have to parry and dodge in real time. So I think that's a good distinction to make. Because when I play turn-based stuff, I'm not a huge fan of turn-based, honestly, but I play Persona from time to time. This at least tells you, hey, pay attention, you're going to be attacked. Time it correctly. Yeah, I can see the pop-in. I think we can go higher. Let's give it a shot. But what I do not like is that they force TSR. Let's try 100% resolution. This is probably going to run bad at native, but... yeah, let me zoom in to show you what my issue is. My issue is that the game doesn't look... it looks too chunky. This is native 1080p now. We're on medium settings, obviously. But the thing here is that TSR, which is the UE5 upscaler, temporal upscaling, doesn't look amazing. So I wish we had other options. The game looks good, don't get me wrong, but that bothers me, especially in motion. You can see the chunkiness of smaller details. But again, we're 2 months from release. I'm pretty sure they can put other upscalers. But with native resolution, it's still not great. Yeah, very grainy, exactly. But I think 75% resolution, I mean, considering how good the game looks, at least in my opinion, I think it's okay. It's just the image quality is what bothers me. If it looked a little bit sharper, I wouldn't be complaining about it. Robert Pattinson, yeah, kinda. But I do like the art style so far. Again, French, Final Fantasy, Persona thing. No, it doesn't seem to be stuttering so far. And we're at we have 4 GB of VRAM. We're, again, below the minimum requirements. So this is a good look, especially considering that the game is 2 months away. Okay, now we have another character. Let's do Overcharge.
This would be...
Yeah, the effects are pixelated. I think it's the 4 gigs of VRAM actually. The electricity didn't look particularly great. I mean, yeah, look at that effect. I love that the game pauses every 2 seconds for the tutorial, but I get it. So here I have to do this in real time. Okay, some enemies can attack the whole expedition at once. Press right bumper to parry and execute an expedition counter. So yeah, I mean, I like that hybrid of the real-time and the non-real-time. Also, I think the quick time events are not necessary, but the parrying and dodging is like a hybrid of real-time and non-real-time. I got it. I think on medium it looks okay. Let's get the weak spot. There we go, shot him in the face. Yeah, private demo at the moment. Not sure if it will be public at some point. But I was offered to play it early and I was like, hell yeah. French Final Fantasy. Yeah, some textures don't seem to be loading properly at 4 GB. Yeah, I mean, this looks good. It's a UE5 game, but I think they still have an art style that looks less UE5-ish, if that makes any sense. I can notice on medium though that the foliage pop-in is pretty obvious. Too much bloom? Yeah, I think it's an art style decision. I don't know why motion blur is still on. I turned it off. Yeah, one thing that they... oh, this is what I missed. So, for some reason, motion blur, you can only disable it if the post-process is on low. So that's a bug I think they should keep in mind. So if you don't like the motion blur and all that, you can disable it by putting post-process on low. This controls motion blur and depth of field. So this is a bug, pretty sure. There we go. But yeah, it looks very bloomy, but that's clearly an art choice, in my opinion. But my issue with the game is that it forces TSR. So you have that temporal chunkiness of the image. Otherwise, the game looks very good. I want my attacks to be better. I mean, you can notice that temporal stability, especially on hair. I think if they implement FSR or, well, something that disables the Unreal Engine 5 TSR, which should be good. Into enough TSR, unfortunately not. But I'm pretty sure they're going to change that. I'm not saying my feedback is going to be taken into consideration, but still. One weak point down. I don't have enough for that. Let's do... You have to wait for a year or so for PC release. Nah, we're good. It's running better than I expected, honestly. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can parry. No, I still suck at parrying. Boom! Yeah, but it's clearly the game tries to be a visual spectacle, first and foremost. Ah, man, that timing! He got me. It's like, he's like, okay, I'm going to hit you, and then he's like, oh! That's good. Parrying is not that easy, actually. I was 60 FPS earlier because on the low settings the game actually tells you, hey, 50% resolution. That's why. But I think this game on low, I mean, I would probably play it at least on medium. On low, the draw distance of the shadows is pretty poor. You have the late parry, not early. Yeah. But I still suck. But just to show you, low tells you, hey, 50% resolution. So if you're playing on low, so low settings means 50% resolution. In this case, you can increase it. It still doesn't look bad. But the pop-in of the objects and the shading in general looks more grainy as well. And this is 50% resolution, so we're playing at 540p. So you get a massive FPS boost, but the image quality is much worse. Why there's no music? Because I want to avoid copyright. There we go. I parried. It's perfectly fine now. Would you look at that? Oops, never mind. Let's shoot them in the face. There goes one. And let's heal our friend. Ah! I fell for it again. There we go. Gotcha, bitch. No, it's not looking bad on low. I still recommend medium with, I mean, in this game I still recommend targeting 30 FPS. Because this game is all about the eye candy, let's be honest here.
Is that a house?
Looks abandoned. The indigo
There's
tree is
some
not too far
traversal
from
stutter, very
If
minor.
anyone else made it, they'll
Yeah, the
recoup
shadow
that.
resolution on low But still, we're playing a UE5 game that releases in 2 months with the lowest settings on a 1650, 50 to 60 frames. I think that's pretty impressive. But again, my advice for this one is actually 75% resolution, medium, with low post-process, because otherwise you cannot disable motion blur. That's definitely a bug.
The continent.
And 75% TSR is actually higher than quality upscaling. If you're watching this video on your phone, then it won't look bad. Yeah, good point. You know what, let's very quickly try high, actually. I'm going to do high with 65% resolution. That would be quality upscaling. I'm going to lower those textures, and what else? A mix of medium and high I think would be good enough. And the post-process on low, because I don't want motion blur in this case. So this would be mid-high. You can see the settings there. With 65% TSR, that will be quality upscaling, and that should be good. Yeah, medium seems to be good, but I want to see if I can push it a little bit further. Runs pretty similar to medium. No, never mind. It's a little bit too much for this card. When we get into combat, it's going to drop, I'm pretty sure. Oh, and look, a bonfire. Hiro, ¿qué tal? I think medium is the way to go. But again, we're below the minimum requirements. This is a very good look for a game that is not out yet. Why don't you test AMD cards? Because people request them and then nobody watches those videos. Maybe in the future, but I'm very limited on time to add more hardware. I have the Steam Deck, I have the... well, the cards that I'm showing you. So unfortunately, not a lot of time. And I also have a full-time job. Okay. Attack! Yeah, definitely high is way too much. So, let's go back to medium. And let's disable those post-process effects. You know what, I'll keep it like this. Some people seem to like heavy motion blur. So I'm going to keep it like that. 75% TSR. Medium settings. But high looks great. Even low, I think looks great. Okay. Here it drops pretty hard, actually. Wow. Let me see if I missed something. Oh, those textures should be on low. Yeah, here it drops pretty hard, actually. Let's see once we get attacked, if we still are at 30. Anyway. Yeah, my issue is that the game looks pretty smeary and chunky. Oops, failed the quick time event. That's okay. But if they give us an alternative to TSR, we should be good. I think that's the biggest problem so far. But here it drops pretty hard. Let's see if I can parry at borderline 30. Yep, I could. Is the studio's first game ever? Yep. Yeah, that's why I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, considering we're 2 months away. But that particular fight, we dropped into the mid-20s. Wasn't so bad though. I was expecting way worse when it came to pairing. But again, reminder that this is, I mean, below the minimum requirements on the GPU. Yeah, maybe I should restart the game, that's a good point. I've been changing too many settings. But today I'm a little bit sick, guys, so I won't be expanding that much on the topic. So I'm going to swap GPUs to make it a bit quicker, but so far, what I would do is the medium preset, which includes a 65% resolution scale. Sorry, 75% resolution scale. Maybe lower it to 70%. Unfortunately, there is no way for me to use any other upscaler. It's TSR whether you like it or not, at least so far. Then when it comes to these options, textures on low. If you don't like motion blur, put this on low. And that should give you a decent experience. Again, we're talking about a preview, so this might improve when the game comes out. But on the 1650, it's completely playable. Compare this with Monster Hunter Wilds. I mean, imagine if Monster Hunter Wilds looked like this. I got the parry. Hell yeah. Oops. Flying enemies. Flying enemies evade most damage from attacks or skills. Shooting them is most effective. Okay. Goes. I'll shoot them in the face. And no, I do not have unlimited ammo. I have two more shots. Oh no, I have no more ammo. Never mind. Let's actually just heal. Okay. Our engine being worse than UE5 for open world games is insane. This feels more like a linear game with open locations, but yeah. Dead. And when effects, very heavy effects, show up, that's when it drops frames, just like in the trailer. Oh, let me see if I can save my progress somehow. I don't want to start from scratch.
No trees.
I mean, Monster Hunter Wilds, considering how it runs, I think Monster Hunter Wilds actually runs worse than this. But I wish Monster Hunter Wilds, at least, considering how it looks, it should perform better. I mean, come on. It's not a bad looking game, but the performance doesn't match the visuals. I say that I don't say that very often. Let me see if I can find another bonfire. It runs where it was. Okay, I haven't played it. I only played the benchmark. But you'll be happy to see, guys, that this game runs on Steam Deck. I tried it on Steam Deck. I pre-recorded a video that is going to go live right after this live stream ends. But I was pretty surprised, actually.
Expedition 81, Rene.
Skip, skip, skip. Oh, here it goes. Here's the bonfire. Yeah, some textures failed to load properly on 4 gigs of VRAM, but again, the game says that you need at least 6 gigabytes. Okay. So let's get out of the game. But that's that's what I recommend for the 1650. At least on this demo. We'll see if the full game improves on that. But again, the game doesn't have a resolution option. You need to go to your display settings and change your desktop resolution because it's borderless full screen and it doesn't have a resolution option, unfortunately. That's something they need to add for the full game. GPU swap speedrun 80%. How's it going, Sahendra? It's been a while, man. They need to give more graphic settings. I think they should give us a resolution option that is separate from your desktop resolution. That's the first thing. And the second thing is to give us more upscaling options that are not TSR. Because TSR looks very, very chunky, and I don't think it fits well with the visuals. But all things considered, I mean, when I saw the game for the first time, and in the trailer I saw that it dropped frames very hard when there was a fight. I was like, okay, this is going to be bad. We're screwed. But no, actually it's running better than I expected. At least so far. And we're 2 months away from release. Now 3060, we're going to start. Let's put it on the highest settings. Let's see. It might be overkill, but it gives us 100% resolution. So we open this, and we're starting with 1080p because, well, my desktop resolution is set to 1080p. So unfortunately, that's how the game works at the moment. Yeah, also it's not a full price game. That's another good thing to keep in mind. I wonder how long the game is going to be. But it's not $70. So that's good. But so far, UE5 stutter, minimal to none. There seems to be some minor traversal stutter, but yeah, so far I'm pretty impressed. You can change the resolution scale if you pick a preset. Yeah, you can change it, but by itself, when you change the presets, it tells you, oh, 75% resolution scale, high settings. When you're on low, it says, oh, 50% resolution, but you can increase the resolution scale manually. I just find it pretty funny when resolution scale is tied to presets. Because if you're on low, it says, oh, 50%, medium 75, high 85, and epic 100. But it also affects the options right here. So let's try it on the highest settings at native resolution. I think this won't run particularly great like this, but this is a game I really don't mind if it doesn't hit 60s. Because even at mid-20s in combat, I was okay. It's turn-based, but the pairing system is real-time. Okay. And by the way, despite me disabling motion blur is still there. It's tied to the post-processing option. Yeah, I'm pretty happy that they allowed me to show numbers before release. That's pretty rare. They were like, yeah, do whatever you want. Oh, okay. And here I am.
Flares.
Survivors.
Yeah, but it looks pretty damn good. I love when they do art correctly. This looks awesome. I wish we could use DLSS instead of TSR. But, I mean, this looks cool as fuck. And on the highest settings, I'm using 6 GB of VRAM. Yeah, art is what matters. I'm pretty sure on release we're going to have DLSS, yeah. But I think it's worth pointing it out.
Nice.
Do I have anything to... Okay. Oh, by the way, you can initiate combat manually. We're going to do that. Bam. Yeah, they want the visual spectacle. Okay. I'll shoot them in the face. Yeah, there it drops below 30, but I think with DLSS quality this wouldn't be an issue. Let's see. Skills. Let's give power to our teammates. Okay, powerful is a buff that amplifies the character's damage by 25%. I'll take that. Let's turn them on fire, but the big guy, not the small guy. But as you can see, just like the trailer, when effects show up is when it drops the most. The thing is, you have to parry the parry timing and the dodge timing. There we go. I got it. Let's hit him in the middle. What res are you playing on? This is 1080p, 100% resolution. This is native 1080p, but it's TSR. So again, if they give us an alternative to TSR, because look at the hair, the image quality is not great. The graphics are great, in my opinion. The art is almost perfect, I would say. But then when it comes to image quality, we have that TSR artifacting that really kills the visuals for me. Otherwise, it looks great. Yeah, with DLSS, this will be super clean, I'm pretty sure. Oops, couldn't parry on time. I have no more energy for that. Dead. So the game is clearly focused on being flashy and good looking. But since we're on a 3060, and I want to fix those drops into the upper 20s in combat, maybe high with 100% resolution makes more sense. I'm just going to increase those textures. Ooh, between high and epic is like double the frame rate, like 20 frames ahead. I wonder what's different. 55 on high, and on epic 37. Interesting. It's a huge difference when it comes to performance. That's really weird. Let's do a quick basic comparison. So this is epic. We're going to do high with 100% resolution. Yeah, it's way faster like this. But as usual, we're doing iCat. You can see the comparison. One sec. There it goes. Okay. You should be able to see it now. So the one on the left is high, and the one on the right is epic. So, hang on, side by side. So 36 FPS on epic and 56 on high. I should do this as in motion, but still. Yeah, at least in this location. Okay, the reflection is better. You can see it. Yeah, maybe they decrease the lumen reflections if there's any. But I mean, I don't get it. But it seems to be mostly the reflections. You see the reflection down there? Let me see on epic. Yeah, the reflection is different on epic. But considering the performance hits, why bother, right? Yep. I think high makes more sense. Let's just increase those textures, visual effects, particle systems and dynamic lighting, foliage, we increase that, shading, global illumination, it's probably the global illumination. Shadows. Okay, post-process is for motion blur. Reflection, here. Let's put it on Epic with high reflections. Okay. That gives us a 10 FPS boost. About global illumination. Okay, global illumination, reflection, and probably shadows. Yeah, shadows is barely an improvement actually. 55. Oh, never mind, 51. Okay, I think a mix of Epic and high should do it actually. Yeah. Mostly high to Epic settings. Interesting. GG. Yeah, FSR4 at the moment is only AMD RDNA4. Let's upgrade. One. Would most definitely recommend lossless scaling. Yeah, I haven't made a video on that. I had some issues, but I'm talking about... I think the last time I opened that program was 4 years ago. I'm just not a fan of frame generation. Skills... Oh, and I forgot the skills for her. Earth Rising. Thunderfall. Oh, I need this for healing. So healing was the point, right? Yeah, 1440p, I think we should do it. But this game, I don't know about you guys, I don't mind this game being at 30 FPS. If necessary. Because this is all about having flashy effects. Okay, I got it when it comes to the parrying system. GG. I got the parry. But the game doesn't make it super obvious, so that was funny. So far it runs better than I expected. But I think we should use 1440p just for the fact that it should have better results when it comes to image quality with FSR. Sound is delayed. Let me fix that for you. Can you parry and dodge everything? Yeah. I mean, it's part of the game, it's mandatory. The thing that is optional, that you can actually change, that I like, is automatic QuickTime events. It says toggle this option to enable automatic QuickTime events during combat. When enabled, the QuickTime event sequences during playing attacks are automatically successful. This does not affect the QTEs during enemy attacks. So dodge and parrying is still mandatory, it's not automatic. I'm pretty sure if you lower the difficulty, it shouldn't be an issue. I have another slot. Mark is a status effect that increases the next damage received by 50%. Oh, yeah. Let's burn it. So far it's pretty cool. I'm really digging this. But I can clearly notice that this is all for eye candy, which I like. More games should do this. Oh, of course, my points. Yeah, I don't have enough action points. Oops. Oh, of course. I can shoot them in the face. No more ammo. Boom. Yeah, it's a turn-based RPG, but it requires you to parry and dodge. Okay. So it's a hybrid of turn-based and real-time. Oops. I think the game just expects you to parry and dodge everything. Okay. Yeah, when you do the parries correctly, you get a huge advantage. Chain lighting, physical damage. Let's do overcharge.
For those who come after.
See, that looks pretty damn cool. I wish more games focus on giving us like that visual spectacle. Also, by the way, my character is getting blood all over her dress. Ah, there's also, by the way, I forgot to mention, mouse and keyboard stuff. So if you move the mouse, you have these buttons. So it's not mandatory to use a controller, but I still recommend you do it. At least when it comes to quick time events. I like that they aren't talking and describing every move. They make like JRPGs. I mean, you can actually use that if you want to. I think there's a way to look at that. Yeah, I mean, it's here. But I think the UI is well integrated. Okay, she has more power. But I'm going to heal my friend over here. Healing. There's quick time events for healing, Jesus. There we go. Perfect parry. Reduce 2 atoms. Uh-oh. Oops. Missed it. He's dead. Break off. And here we go. She's dead. She's dead. She's so dead. Oh, wrong timing. I think I'm going to lose, but that's okay. Got him. Frick you. I have no more items, so she's completely dead. I cannot fail. It's all up to my character now. Oh, I forgot the shield. I wonder what the shield is. If it's the middle thing. Again? Oh well. I think it's time to swap resolution. Personally, I think below 60 is not bad on this one. You only need to parry and dodge. Yeah, no music because copyright, but I do it to be safe, but I'm not sure if it's copyrighted music. So again, unfortunately, this has an issue like other UE5 games, that it has borderless full screen, mandatory. So you need to change your desktop resolution because the game takes that as the base. Okay. Oh, I might add 144. Otherwise, I won't have VRR, of course. For sure, it will run great on the 3080. Yeah, the 3080 will be a cakewalk. Okay. Let's go to the preview. Yeah, exclusive full screen being missing in so many games is so freaking annoying. But what can you do? But again, this is feedback for them. Hopefully this helps because the game is 2 months away. I'm pretty sure they can add support for full screen, resolution options, and other upscalers. But so far it's running way better than I expected. Again, this is the game where I saw drops in performance in the trailer. Okay, so we are at 100% resolution at 1440p now, on a mix of epic and high. And again, I'm not targeting 60s for a game like this. Honestly, it's all about the eye candy, so I'd rather keep it like that. And here we're at 30. Maybe we need to... I'll push it back to high, because in combat it's going to drop otherwise. High with 100% resolution. There we go, a couple extra frames. Let's do other combat. Also, they need to fix it that the motion blur is bundled in with post-processing. Yeah, Split Fiction. Is Split Fiction a UE5 game?
Let me help.
Yeah, maybe we need some minor upscaling, but otherwise... Let's see if I can get the parry. No, of course not. There we go. Quick use there. Oops. Oh, Jesus. I missed it for a nanosecond. Oh, I'm an idiot. Split Fiction is UE5? Gotcha. Okay, one thing that I'm going to tweak, 90% resolution. Just to stay above 30 in those harder moments. Why is every game turned into UE5? I think it's the standard nowadays. There it goes. Try again. There you go. F you, bitch. Done. Reduce 2 atoms. Yeah, it's easy. I mean, UE5, you open it up and you have nice graphics from the get-go and lots of features that you do not have to build on your own. I mean, I could even make a UE5 game if I wanted to. Yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance is CryEngine. I'm not saying every game is UE5, but most games are going that route.
We can use that.
Also, there's more developers that you can find that know UE5 as it becomes more standard, so it's cheaper basically. You have a lot of trained people that already know the engine. I miss CryEngine games actually. Let's go to here. I don't know why more games are not using the exclusive full screen like in the past. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I like playing borderless sometimes in some games. Just because, well, I like to alt-tab out of the game. But it's nice to have the option. I don't know why it's not there all the time.
Let me help.
It's a basic feature, in my opinion. Oops, wrong button. Attack slowly. Yeah, very slowly. I forgot to shoot them in the face. Reduce 2 atoms. It causes lags and problems now. I never had an issue playing exclusive full screen. But who knows? Anyway, 1440p, it's okay. I'll just personally play it like this because again, the game is just for the flashy moves and graphics, and it's mostly turn-based. It's turn-based, but you have some real-time parrying and dodging when you're getting attacked, so that's something that we should mention. So for 1440p, I'll do 90% resolution and basically high settings with epic textures, and you should be good. Let's try 4K. The finals menu where the game does not suggest you to use full screen. Yeah, it's a legacy thing, but still. I don't know, at least adjust my desktop resolution when I choose the resolution in the menu. Some games actually do that. Yeah, the walking animations don't look great, I agree. They're very basic. Completely agree on that. Needs more weight on the animations. But it's their first game, so I'm pretty sure they spent all the budget in art. Alt-tab in games in full screen, yeah, that's an issue. But sometimes I don't want to alt-tab. It's just a me thing. Frame gen? No, there's not even a DLSS on this one, at least in this build of the game. Hey, Ilyes Olwani, how's it going? Okay. Graphics, we're at 4K now, so I'm going to lower the resolution to 60%. This is like 1440p internally. And we're going to keep the rest like this. We hope nothing bad happens. Otherwise we use medium, but that's okay. But what you said about the walking animations, I agree. They don't feel like weighty characters. Same with if you move like her, that she can fly a little bit. This doesn't convince me. I mean, it needs more weight on the character animation. At least when it's not combat.
Interesting.
But that's not something that breaks the game for me, honestly. Yeah, obviously I'm pushing it to its limits. That's the point.
Well, that will help.
It's 4K, it's like 1440p upscaled to 4K. $9070, I mean, we'll see. It's hard to add more stuff at the moment when it comes to time limitations. Okay, that's an attack I never use. I got used to the pairing now. The 3050 died, I took it to RMA, I was out of warranty, and they were like, okay, this is how much it will cost you to fix it. It was more expensive than buying a new 3050, so we'll see. I'm thinking about it, but I don't think I'll buy another one. At least not right now. Okay, we're outside. But I love, again, I love when they focus on art. This looks pretty damn cool. This game, I think, is all about the visuals. Although the popping of the foliage on high is a bit disappointing. 750 Ti? No. No. Maybe some other time. I want to do a video for the 750 Ti's birthday. It's pretty heavy, but it looks good. It just bothers me when it comes to image quality for the hairs. But at 4K, this game is clearly targeting 4K with the smaller details, but I wish we had another option other than TSR. I didn't have enough AP. Perfection. Pairing, I'm getting the hang of it. With pairing, you get a huge advantage. Anyway, let's do the 4060 now. The 3060 can handle it just fine. I would say, again, a mix of high and epic. But overall, 60% resolution for 4K. And something like this. And you should be at 30. And on the CPU side, it doesn't seem to be intensive at all. I played it on Steam Deck yesterday. You have to lower the resolution a lot, but still. Anyway, let's jump back to GPU swap. GPU. 8 GB model should be cancelled. I agree. 8 GB. Imagine having 8 GB of VRAM on a card that you just bought. Sorry, on a 5060, if that exists. At this point though, I think the 5060 will run like a 4060, but have frame generation, multi-frame generation instead. Only $600 real price if in stock. Yeah, that's the other thing. Nothing Nvidia is selling is in stock. Nothing new that they're selling. The number one GPU on Steam. Exactly. I mean, I got the 4060 because of that. Because there was a lot of people asking about it. And I was like, why is the 4060 so popular? And apparently it's included in a lot of OEM PCs. Those pre-builds. And the laptop version runs almost the same as the desktop version for the 4060. Which is pretty interesting. We gotta play as Robert Pattinson. I think there's a character creator. I think. No, there's no character creator. I think the clothes can be changed. Because in the menu it says something like, your custom character in cutscenes, yes or no. So I'm not sure what they mean by custom character. Okay, 1080p. 144. Yeah, I mean, 85% market share. It's not surprising. It's not surprising that they have most of the cards at the top of the charts. The main dude is voiced by the actor of Daredevil. Interesting. You're welcome. Any other settings on their camera? Like fully disable unnecessary zooming and zooming out. You can disable the camera shake. But the zooming in and all that, I think is just an art choice. I think it looks pretty cool though. But yeah, I understand why some people won't like that. Where did you get the wallpaper? Let me check. I think I left it in the description, actually. Yeah, it's in the description. You can find it below my PC specs. There's a link for the wallpaper. I use it on everything now. So Epic, everything on Epic. And what I was saying, accessibility, no, not accessibility, I think it's general. Gameplay, camera shake. Enable camera shake to add dynamic movement during battles. I don't know. This was disabled across the board on this live stream because I don't like camera shake either. But camera shake, man, when you cannot disable it, my brain goes, I start puking all over the place. Oh, by the way, this is Epic settings. But honestly, by lowering a couple of things, the game looks basically the same. So 42 FPS. But you can lower global illumination, reflections, and what else am I missing? Something like this. And instead of 42, you get 55. And the visual impact is minimal. Yeah, I'll put basically a mix of high and epic. Yeah, that should be good. My bad. There we go. So on 1080p, epic to high settings. Just because the visual difference is tiny, but the performance improvement is huge. Yeah, shadows. I forgot about the shadows. Yeah, I got early access to the preview. I'm guessing this will be public at some point, this demo. But they were like, hey, you want to play it early? And I was like, yeah, sure. Can I show what I cannot show? And they were like, no, you do whatever you want. Okay, fine. No embargo, no nothing. So I was like, okay, I'll show the game live. I hope they were not kidding when they say do whatever you want. So that makes me think that they are very confident in their product. Okay, weak points down. Oh, I forgot that they dodge. The flying enemies can dodge. 4060. Oh, sorry, 4060. My bad. They run almost the same though. This one is up like 10% ahead, maybe. Yeah, I forgot to change it. Thanks, guys. Oh, for 1080p, you're okay. You're obviously going to drop on heavy effect moments. But otherwise, it's okay. Oops. There we go. Hit him in the ass. South of Midnight? I don't remember that name. Sounds very familiar though. Oh, there's another guy over there. I didn't see him. Ooh, quickly attacks. Oops. That's the entire expedition. I almost parried that. Now she should be stronger. Bigger, better, stronger. There we go. Frick you, sir. No VRAM issues so far. The game is using very little VRAM, considering it's a UE5 game. On the highest settings on 1080p, I was getting like... On the highest settings on 1080p, on the 3060, I was using like 6 gigabytes. So VRAM doesn't seem to be a problem. Reduce 2 atoms. I see it drop 30 FPS in scenes like this. Yeah, that's the thing. On this game I don't really prioritize 60 FPS because this game is all eye candy. What I do not want is the game to drop below 30 in the turn-based combat because you need to dodge and parry manually. So that's something to keep in mind, in my opinion. Alright, 1440p. We gotta go do that. 1440. Happy to help, Talid. 1440p, 144. There we go. Playing games on epic settings generally doesn't make sense. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's been a hot topic for a while. It used to be called ultra settings are not worth it. But yeah, I agree. High settings looks amazing. I mean, let's be honest. Nowadays, even low settings looks nice. I've been playing games for a while, and low settings when I was almost starting this channel looked horrible. I think the first game that I saw with nice looking low settings was the original Metro 2033. That game had incredible graphics on low. It was one of the first times. Now every game is like, okay, let's draw distance, but visually, I think games nowadays on low still look good, for the most part. So now 1440p, epic to high. Let's see if we can stay in that borderline 30s for the cutscenes, for the combat. Okay. Yeah, definitely 1440p. If you have a 1080p screen, I recommend you force 1440p for this one. Because the TSR is so chunky that the only solution is to crank up the resolution. It's kind of a shame. They better add DLSS on day one. Yeah, Wilds is one of them, but Wilds... What to say? What everybody is talking about it. It's funny that she can glide in the air, but needs to climb like this. Okay, let me recharge my health. Upgrades. Okay, I have points. Cool. I want to put everything on defense. Because... No, actually... Some of it on luck, because my critical hits are lacking. But I need more defense. And when it comes to skills... What else can I do? Not enough points. Oops. You're a fan of turn-based RPGs? Not a fan, personally. I don't play a lot of them. The only ones that I personally play is like Persona. I'm playing Persona 3 right now on my Xbox Series S. But sometimes I jump into PC because it's on Gamepad and you can transfer your files. But I'm personally not a big fan, but I play them from time to time. I used to play a lot of Final Fantasy on PS2 though. I like turn-based, but if I have real-time combat, I usually prefer real-time. But this is a good mix, because it has turn-based, but at the same time, you need to dodge and parry manually. So, yeah, not a big fan of turn-based. I'm considering this is like a mixture. I'm enjoying it. I was expecting only hitting quick time events, but that's optional. It's only for parrying and dodging. Again, for something like this, I think 30 FPS is fine. Just try not to drop into the 20s. If it's turn-based, usually if it drops below 30, it's okay. But again, the distinction with this one is that you need to manually parry and dodge. Let me get away from here for a second. Oh man, the motion blur is so heavy on this one. Hang on. There was a boss that I was fighting. Do I have a map? No. Look for survivors at the indigo tree. Oh yeah, everybody that I found was dead, so good luck with that.
We could light something with this.
Just the fact that the game doesn't tell you. I mean, Monster Hunter Wilds, my issue with it is that if the game already tells you, hey, the first time you launch the game, do you want frame gen? You're like, no, I'm fine. The game is like, are you sure? That's just a bad look. I mean, that tech was made so we could go over CPU limitations, more of an aid. But being a requirement, I think it's just laziness. Same with upscaling. At least upscaling doesn't affect the input lag. There we go, weak spot. Oh, that's wild. I don't know. I'm waiting for patches, really. I haven't bought the game yet. I don't know, I'm tired of that. I had other games to play for the channel. I had, well, the GTA 5 Enhanced Edition, which it's okay. I mean, I could do it this month, but I'm still thinking about it. Because I'm not a fan really of showing that off at the moment. Just by playing the benchmark, it took all the joy away from me wanting to play it. And everybody talked about it, so maybe I'm late to the party. We'll see. How do you like this game's story? I haven't paid attention to the story. here usually we don't take a look at cutscenes. We look at the performance and gameplay, so I cannot comment on that. But there's videos playing the entire demo already, so you can check that out. It has all the cutscenes and gameplay.
This was weak.
My channel is more like, okay, does the game work? Does it work well? It's more like that. But there's a lot of coverage for this one. Yeah, spoiler free, exactly. I want to show performance, but no spoilers. If there's spoilers, I always tell people ahead of time. But the idea is to not spoil the game by showing performance numbers. I think that's very important, honestly. Okay, weakness is eyes. Oops, that was close. Ah, nice try. Can I shoot him in the hand? Is that a weak spot? Yeah, let's just attack him normally. And she can do the ice lance. It seems to be its weakness. Yeah, definitely. Infinite Wealth was the Western-based gameplay, but this game is close to it. Yeah, it's kind of like, that's a good way to put it. It's kind of like Infinite Wealth in that regard, but you're standing still. I remember, yeah, in Infinite Wealth you need to... You can block and dodge in real time. Okay, so I spam ice. Oh, so close. I was a few frames behind. Frick you. Okay, thanks, Master Predator. Let's swap to 4K now. 1440p is fine. Again, this game is pure eye candy, in my opinion. You play this game for the visuals and turn-based with some real-time stuff, just for dodging and parrying. So I think 30s is fine on this one. Personal preference, of course. If you want 60s, you can do it, but you need a massive sacrifice in visuals, especially resolution. And well, we need resolution options. It doesn't make sense, in my opinion, to change the desktop resolution that I had to do in other UE5 games. That should be inside the menu. So yeah. I think it will be good when they release a full version of DLC like the other Monster Hunter. Well, that's a good point. With Monster Hunter, they released the best version when they released the DLC for the game. That's true. It happened with World, and it happened with the other one that was on Nintendo Switch. I forgot the name. That was also on PC. But what I'm thinking about, instead of just focusing on Monster Hunter Wilds, I want to do a video, especially for Steam Deck, testing every Monster Hunter, including the ones that need to be emulated. And there, at the end, I include Monster Hunter Wilds, and I'll tell you, guys, play the other games. Wait for Monster Hunter Wilds to run better in the future. Okay, for 4K, we're doing... Let's do 70% resolution, 75, to be a bit above the 3060, and you should be good. Okay, we're playing at 4K at the moment. And the settings, something similar to before. Something like this. Okay. Okay, at 4K I need to lower the resolution further, I think. It's a little bit too low. 65 maybe, this will be like quality FSR. Yeah, 65%. This will be like quality upscaling. Let's try that again. I never heard of this game before, at least now it's on your radar. Well, I'm happy you like what you're seeing. Oops, reduced 2 atoms. Sorry, spoilers. Let's see if I can beat him this time. Should be easy. Okay. There we go. I'm now paying attention. But as you can see there, it drops below 30 when effects are like there. So that might upset some of you. Weak spot. Then I'll charge my teammate. She attacks better. And maybe I'll put everything on high instead of epic. 65% resolution. So high settings, 65% resolution. I did release a demo for this game. They didn't give me any details on that, but maybe. Since it's called a demo on Steam, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to put it for everyone at some point. Maybe closer to release, but I have no details on that. I was wondering the same thing actually. Because I think this will sell the game to a lot of people. Also the fact that, well, if you think about it, demos sell a lot of games. But just the fact that they didn't tell me, hey, don't show performance. They didn't say that, they just told me, do whatever you want. Here I am. Come on. There we go. A few. No way upscale, unfortunately, no. I mean, I wish there was DLSS. I think the image quality would be way better. But I'm going to talk about my feedback at the end of this video, which is pretty soon. I should kill the minions first, actually. Gotcha. Oh man, I thought it was another spell. Okay. Let me see if this is a weak spot. Okay. It says resistance, but he took all his health out. We're attacking this guy. These 2 atoms. And skills. Yeah, they're probably going to improve performance on release. We're 2 months away. I think there's still space to improve things. But I think the main thing that they should change is the options menu. Give us more upscaling options and allow us to change the resolution in-game. Not only upscaling. But also right now, I still feel, considering it's 2 months away, it's better than I expected. But again, this game is all about the visual spectacle, I think. But the game expects you to dodge and parry everything. That's definitely one thing that I'm seeing. So you better parry and dodge. It's not an option not doing it.
Building up chroma.
Come on. Please die. Jesus Christ. I'll give her more power. Otherwise, this is not going to end. Por ahora me resta gustando. Me gusta que no es todo turn-based, que es como un híbrido. So I'm being asked if I like the game. So far I'm really liking the game. I like that despite being turn-based, it's like a hybrid. You need to manually dodge and manually parry. So it's not only staying still and hitting a list of spells. It actually requires attention. I think that's pretty cool. I'm actually enjoying myself. It might not look like it because I'm a little bit sick. That's why I'm cutting the stream a little bit shorter than usual. Because I'm super tired and, well, I'm starting to get a headache. But I wanted to play this game live because I played it yesterday and I really had a good time with it. More healing for him. Yeah, I'm tired basically and I'm a little bit sick. But I can get this. I'll get it done. I'll kill the boss and go to sleep. But it's just the nature of, guys, if you ever do content creation and have a full-time job, quote-unquote freelance full-time job thing, and you want to do a lot of content, your body is going to tell you, man, you're going to get sick. So it's my fault, really. It's because I'm not resting enough. I need to rest more. Okay. Really? Another attack in a row? That's cheating. Okay, you should be dead. Come on. Damn. Okay. Boss fight done. Skip cutscene. GG. But again, I'm now... Let's go through the portal very quickly. See what happens. Let's see if it ends there. I don't think so, but who knows. Yep, very similar to Yakuza's turn-based combat. Open map. Oh, this is the big map that we saw in the trailer. Okay. Okay. Zoom in.
So.
Oh, I could move.
The
Okay.
message said head north to the weird corals.
And
This
a
is pretty
door in
cool.
a hut.
This reminds me, actually, this map like this reminds me a lot of Ni no Kuni 2. That you have like a big hub world and you sometimes get attacked. Yeah, it's like an old school JRPG map. This is pretty damn cool. Although, yeah, the character animation when moving around, I think it needs more weight. I mean, look at him running. He's running like at 1,000 miles per hour, but he's moving like he was like jogging around. That's pretty weird.
We won't find my L if we're dead.
This is pretty funny though. It's like in my dreams that I try to run fast, but I don't move a lot, and I cannot reach my objective. Split Fiction, yes. Yes, I'm doing it. Not sure if on day one, but I got a code, so I'll be able to play it, yeah. I just need a friend to join me while I'm playing the game. But, dude, the art. This is cool AF. Anyway, I think that's it for now. This is my thoughts. So what I think they should improve, first of all, when it comes to graphic settings, we need a windowed borderless full screen and if possible a full screen option. And let us choose the resolution inside the menu, because otherwise it will just use your desktop resolution. So yeah, that will be a nice thing to have. Then when it comes to the post-process options, actually the motion blur option is broken. It seems to be broken, because I cannot disable motion blur by just using this option. To disable motion blur, I have to put post-process on low. If I don't put post-process on low, it doesn't matter what I choose here, motion blur is still engaged. So that's something that they should take a look at, because a lot of people don't like motion blur, and in this game, it's very, very heavy motion blur. But again, we're 2 months away from release. Those will be the changes. Also, I wish there was an option to not only use TSR. TSR is the UE5 TAA technique for upscaling. That's the only option, and it's baked into the game. So I wish we could use DLSS, XESS, FSR, because the image quality, especially around the hair, gets pretty poor when you're moving the camera. If you look at the character, you can notice this. That chunkiness to the image, that's TSR. And the game is clearly going for that over-sharpened look. So the art is great. I really love what they're doing with the art. But again, that TSR, I think there should be more options. And that's basically it. I don't have much more to say. I think this game is more of a... I don't mind if it drops below 60, honestly. You only have to do the parry and the dodge. And 30 for that worked pretty well for me. I could beat a boss pretty easily. So yeah. First impressions I think is good. His lore. He's doing the rotational movement of the planet. Good point. I forgot that. Of course, when he's running, he's not actually moving. With his feet, he's moving the earth around him. I forgot about that, yeah. Good point. But again, I love the art. And I love that it's not 100% turn-based. It's turn-based, but you have to block and dodge manually. So those are my thoughts, really. We need DLSS, and FSR, and XESS. Definitely. That will fix the visuals for me. And a resolution option. So yeah, thanks again to Kepler Interactive for providing a code for this demo. I don't know if this demo is coming out for everyone. I have no idea. But yeah, all that I'm seeing is that the game is releasing in around 2 months. So we're getting it on the 24th of April. So far, I really like the game. GG. It's not full price. I think it's $50. Let me check on the webpage, actually. Really? He didn't copy? Freaking copy. Let me check the... There we go. The price in other countries, $45. It's not even a full price game. And it's the first game from this studio. So far, love the art, love the combat. And yeah, I love that it's trying to be super flashy with the combat. Art style is pretty cool. And when it comes to performance, I think it's okay. Considering it's UE5, it runs better than most UE5 games, I'd say. But they need a better upscaler, without a doubt. Other than that, that's it. If this happens to get public, the demo, I'll let you guys know. but at the moment I was given access by Kepler Interactive, so thanks to them for allowing me to show this live. I mean, they didn't tell me do not show this, do not show that. They were like, hey, have fun. So yeah, right now I'm going to show you this game on Steam Deck. I have a video already done for this, so it will redirect you automatically. Give me a sec. It's going to be a premiere, so I'll be in the chat with my phone talking to you guys. So the premiere should be, yeah, maybe in 15 minutes. 7 p.m. Uruguay time, March 5th. Yeah, I hope they take the feedback. I don't think I'm asking for too much, honestly. But I think those things will make it be received way better. Because I think it has very good potential. And again, when it comes to visuals, it's basically a mix of Infinite Wealth, Yakuza Infinite Wealth, Persona, Final Fantasy, and well, and it's French. So it's French Persona and French Final Fantasy. You can see that by this screenshot. Look at the Eiffel Tower. So anyway, that's it for now. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I'm going to go back to rest because I'm super tired and a bit sick. So I'll see you next time. Bye guys. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoy my Steam Deck video. See you guys. Love you all.